All right, there's really nobody on the planet that doesn't understand that the earliest civilizations knew astronomy and astrology intimately. And it talks about this. These are the zodiac, obviously, and the signs of the zodiac, and the representations there, and how they affected their daily life. I mean, these things were alive to them, and it's that difficult to estimate how profound these things affected religion, philosophy, science, the study of the planets, lunar, all this stuff. Now, and it says not without adequate reason were the Magi of Persia called the stargazers. Well, they all countries, all continents, everywhere they were looking at the stars and analyzing and knew what was going to happen hundreds of years, thousands of years from now, based on their knowledge of something that they really, you don't just figure that stuff out quickly. Now, it goes on here, and it says that the pagans, to us, pagans were these people that were talking about fairy tales and giants and planets being alive and these silly things and multiple gods. And I disagree that those are silly things. I believe that the earliest texts and the earliest documents and the earliest words and stories were the truest. And they were meticulously documented, and they were religions and writing and books and all of these things were a result of what they saw. Not they decided to make all this stuff and then write some fairy tales. No, I don't think so. So, to them, they believed that the stars were living things. They were alive, and I do too. And they were capable of influencing destinies and all this stuff. The planets are alive. I know the Earth is alive. I believe Mars is dead. It's the only one with no magnetic field anymore. And I believe all the planets are alive. And I believe they were creatures that are living creatures. And it says this in all of these early texts, in this Nag Hammadi text, and these very, very, very early stories about the Titans and about the origins of the Earth and Gaia and so forth. And I don't discount those. And the Bible doesn't either, if you listen to it. If you read Genesis 6:4, the first thing it says is there was giants in the earth in those days. So they knew there was a whole story going on before they started talking about the Bible. This is not something that they didn't admit. They just ignored it. So I'm going with Jesus and the Virgin Mary, absolutely. If you look up the eyewitnesses and the story of Fatima and you don't believe, I don't know where your mind is. That one there, yikes, there is no getting away from that. And like I said, the Nag Hammadi texts talk about dragons in the sky and all these things with serpents and dragon faces, and those are the bad guys, and Mother Mary and Jesus and God that we believe in, our God, and Adam and Muhammad and all those guys are the good guys. And there's going to end up being a fight. And it appears that, that's the way it's been written and talked about forever. And this is the only thing that makes sense to me, that Christ and God and Christ was sent here to die brutally so that we would pay attention to him and what he said to us, how to take care of the earth, take care of each other, and we didn't pay attention to that. And of course, here we are in the condition we're in now. But these serpent people are supposedly, in the Nag Hammadi text, they claim, this guy anyway that was I've been following, he claims that is those are the people we have to watch out for. I guess it makes sense. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about it, but there's other things that I've seen that, a lot of things have been dropped on me here. I found giants, and they're 100% human. They're human, and they're giants. So that's all I can tell you. And now I'm finding a whole bunch of other things. Now I don't know why I'm finding these things, other than maybe it's something going on with this whole deal. I have no clue. But I'm going deeper into this and trying to figure out what my involvement in this thing is, because I have discovered the giants, the biblical giants, and I am in the deepest valleys of the earth. I'm in a Rift Valley. It's called the Doorway to the Earth by a paper in Yale. And So that's what we got. And my dog's not happy about it. He's hungry. All right, so that's the deal. I'm looking into it deeper.